Of course it is.
Hey folks, we went live earlier, we fucked up, and now we're live again. What's up? Guess what? We have a stream error at least once every stream. That's the quality of Magical Tea Party that you can expect from us and our games and our videos as well. Nevertheless, we're finally here. How many minutes late? 15 minutes late. Not awful, but still, how dare we? Nevertheless, what did I need to say? I don't need to say shit. Normally, like, shows will, like, pad out the intros. I don't know what, like, to pad it out with. So how about we get right into it, folks, yeah?
But Jake, you were padding out the intro right there.
I was. I'm a trickster. The master of deceit. So, everyone, last that we'd left off, you guys had returned back to the village of Barovia to get some more information from the Baron Ismark. Upon getting what you needed, learning a lot about the area, the history and the like, you'd taken a trip over towards the House of the Morning Lord that Ismark had requested you guys check out. And also bring his deceased... Did I tell you who that deceased person was? I feel like you guys know, right? I can't remember.
His wife, girlfriend.
Okay.
Lover?
Yeah, just double checking. His lover over. You promptly discovered that there was a bit of corruption going on in the house, as there were screams coming from below, and you'd quickly ended the vampire spawn problem in there, much to the dismay of the father of the quote-unquote creature that you'd slain. Upon returning back towards Ismark's mansion for a long rest, which you guys took, Theodard began working on a song, Zu'roth did some research, Lanatu recovered, and with that, folks can take a long rest, which Lanatu bloody needs. Your hit point maximum is set back to full.
Okay.
So that's
That's good to hear.
So kind of like the vampire bite marks and the like that have riddled your body have sunken in and gone away as you wake up. You guys all meet in the central foyer of the mansion. What are you guys doing, talking about? What's going on, guys?
Right. How are you feeling this morning?
Lanatu, I think that was aimed at you.
It was aimed more at everyone. How are y'all feeling?
I'm feeling a lot better, thank you.
Yeah, you're looking a bit more on your feet, old man. So, seems whatever effect was plaguing you is word off.
What did I tell you about calling me old man?
I purposefully forgot.
Yes, well, I could still beat the stuffing out of you, so watch your mouth.
All right, old man.
Respect your elders.
Oh, okay, sure.
Oh, I was up all night. I was reading about many things around here. I'm quite tired still.
Well, can't really rest up now. We're gonna have to move on to Vallaki, most probably.
Yes.
Find out what we're supposed to do next in beating this guy.
Well, should we set off now, or do we have time for breakfast?
I mean, there's always time for breakfast.
You are a cook, yes?
Right? Indeed I am.
You start. I'll start packing my things.
Oh, all right. I'll get on to making some sort of breakfast.
Yeah, you guys. Where do you have stuff on you to make a breakfast, Theodard?
That's a really good question. Kind of, sort of, don't. I have rations, and we're in a house, so I'd imagine there's a kitchen. So
You can root around Ismark's kitchen and whip up something with his stuff if you want, but that's probably the only thing you're gonna make.
Yeah, I'll use Ismark's stuff. Don't need to use my own stuff then.
Fair dues. It's all quite nice, weirdly. It like on the bland side, but it works for the place that you're in.
Fair enough. In fact, that's a thought, actually. Well, I'll get onto that when we leave, but for now, I'll serve up everyone some food and go, all right, then. Eat up, everyone, and we'll get on our way.
Ooh, this is really nice.
What is this?
Scrambled eggs and bacon. You know, a bit of standard sort of breakfast for me. But, you know, it depends on how you like your eggs. I just kind of assumed we'd all be scrambled egg folk. Understandable if not. But, hey-ho! There you are. Eat up.
They're just gonna like prod it a bit. Does not look too good. I'll try it anyway. Just gonna try a bit.
Very salted. Very salted. Not like
This is not
overly
my
salty,
taste.
but like he puts a lot of salt and pepper in it because otherwise it just tastes like bland.
This is not to my taste. I apologize.
Well, you've got bacon there. You can eat that instead.
Yes, that will do. It's gonna really skittishly eat it. Very, very good. I discovered some things last night.
What did you find out?
I was reading about the local landmarks and the like.
All right. Anything interesting at all?
There were some mentions of some places, but I don't think any of them relate to where we need to go for any of these items. So we go to Vallaki first.
But alrighty then.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, if we're all ready to go, then might as well make our heading and get on out.
Yes. We should try to find information about the amber things.
Might be an idea.
Whilst we are in Vallaki.
That would be a smart move. I might have to do something before we leave.
What? See?
Do you know if there is like a general store here?
Do I?
There is a general store here. Yes, one.
Yes, there is one general store here.
Good.
I will point you in direction when we leave.
All right. I might need to pick up some cooking supplies for when we're on the road. Because by the looks of it, we're going to be out a fair bit. So might as well have something to make it a little easier.
Yes, that sounds acceptable. Just gonna stand up real slow. Right. I think we should probably head out sooner than later. The path there may not be safe.
Maybe
There's
not.
no time like the present. Let's get moving.
You go to your general store. We'll make sure we have everything here.
Alrighty then. We'll meet at the edge of town in, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe. Is that too much? 10? I don't know.
We will wait there for you.
Alrighty then.
So I'll go and packing all my stuff up.
Okay. And Theodard's headed off to where Zu'roth pointed him towards the convenience store. As you walk through the streets, you eventually notice that there's a sign over the door of this building that reads Bildrath's Mercantile. Going on in, it seems really, cluttered with all sorts of stuff. There aren't really shelves. There's just things dangling on walls and floors and the like. The wood is slowly rotting and the environment is a little smelly. At a counter is a really, greasy, skinny-looking dude with, that awkward 18, 19-year-old mustache and kind of goatee going on, except he looks about 40, and is just scratching at it as you enter, and doesn't even notice you, and just stares at some of the wares.
I'll walk on over to the front counter and go, "You're right there, everybody. I came in here looking for a little bit of crockery material, something to cook whilst I'm on the road. You got anything like that in stock at all?"
Yes. Hold on. Gets up from the seat that he's sat behind, walks on over to one of the piles that seems to just be a really haphazard set of things. There's hammers and there's screwdriver. There's just all sorts of weird stuff in there that it could have a use, but there's no real prices on any of this stuff. You're looking for cook's utensils, right?
Yeah, cooking utensils.
Okay. Let's find the price for it. Because there's official prices for things in D&D, believe it or not. It's very
I don't know.
strange.
I have enough, but we'll see.
Should be under... You know what? I'll make it up. He rustles around, gets up the necessary gear to properly make food along the way, puts it down on the counter, just stares at it for about 20 seconds, wordlessly, and then eventually looks up. This will be 50 gold.
Oh, right. Well, I'll leave that for now. Okay. Let me make you an offer. I have this little vial here. Little vial of acid can be used for all sorts of things. How's about I throw that in? Maybe make it more around 25 gold.
If you want it badly enough, you'll pay for it.
Ah, shit. Well, don't really have the gold on me now, so I'll leave it for now, I think.
Okay, bye.
Alright, ta-ta for now.
He does a weird look at you when you say ta-ta. And then just goes back to staring at his stuff. Meanwhile, everyone else, having been getting ready to head on out for the day, you guys both wander towards the edge of town around here and meet up. And you guys... Well, you know what? As you get to around this point, the entire party at this point has united, and you're basically just walking to the edge of town before you start talking. You hear the sound of small wooden wheels rolling across damp cobbles. This is everyone. You trace the lonely sound to a hunched figure bundled in rags, quite tall, pushing a rickety wooden cart through the fog. This hooded figure seems to go up to one door, knock on it, no one answers, and then they keep going. Do you guys pay any mind?
How suspicious does this look? Or does it look sort of average for this sort of place?
Definitely average for this sort of place, but make an insight check. Weird person walking around in a hood is weird. 6.
Or is it?
Nothing. It's you don't really glean anything off it.
This sort of people, they come around all the time. He might be selling wares, I do not know. So, did you get your things from the convenience place?
Nah, unfortunately, he was selling it at an extraordinarily steep price. I'm not too sure how much they normally are, but from the last set I got, he was can't quite remember. I think it was around. He was selling it for around 50, which is like, I think a lot more, like a lot more than it should be.
That man might be selling things for less. I do not know. You should check.
Maybe I'll walk on over and say, "You're right there, sir. You look like you've got things for sale, perhaps."
Towards the hooded figure.
Yes.
It doesn't turn around, but you do hear a crooked female voice come from inside. It speaks to you and says, "Ah, would you like a dream pastry, young boy?"
I'm not a boy, but what is it? Dream pastry, if you don't mind my asking.
A long arm opens up the covering on her wooden cart and grabs out a really nice looking pastry in the shape of a nice pasty. The whiff of it is absolutely radiant as she holds it in her withered hand and just points it forward wordlessly.
How much?
1 gold is all.
All right, I suppose, and I'll hand her a gold for it.
Okay, so you take the pastry. It's quite big, even for your standards, or not even for your standards. It's big for a big person.
Ah, well, thanks. Yes.
She just keeps pushing along.
All right then, I guess.
At least you got food this time.
I mean, sure, but I mean,
it smells quite nice. I should have gotten one for myself.
I mean,
Nevertheless.
I mean, it does indeed smell nice, but at the same time, I'm just a bit. Well, was it just me that was getting weird vibes from that woman?
Yes, a very strange aura. Very unsettling. I would not trust that.
You are in Barovia. Everything around here is quite strange.
It might be strange, but it's also seedy. I don't like it.
Yeah,
but I'll try this when we stop somewhere. I'm not trying it on the road.
You try it now before we set off. You could eat it on the way.
I mean, it does look a bit more fresh. Fine. I'm gonna eat it.
Okay, all of it.
Right. When you say it's big, is it something that I could split?
You could still eat it in a sitting, if that's what you're asking. Also, splitting it into 4, yeah, you could do that as well. It might just start falling apart because it's a pastry.
That's true. In that case, I'm gonna eat it all, sort of a bit of it now, and then as we're walking, sort of leaving, I'll keep eating it.
Oh, heading off to Vallaki.
Okay. Cool. All right. So, in which case, as we cut over to the rest of Barovia, you guys leave the village once again. It's quite nice to leave the weird place behind, and you go on your travel. Now, this is going to be a longer travel because this isn't just from just a couple of miles. This is almost a full day's worth. So over the course of the journey, I would like to ask if anyone's doing anything special on the road for the entirety.
Just keeping an eye out for predators if there's like attempting to ambush us as we're walking.
I'll do the same.
Both of you can make, I will say perception or survival checks, whichever one you jam with more. And then, yeah, just keeping your eyes on the road and the surroundings.
God, we're
Ooh,
bad.
maybe
Oh
not.
no!
Oh
Don't worry,
dear.
guys. Make it safe.
Nevertheless, is Lanatu up to anything special along the road?
I was gonna say that he was gonna check around for like tracks and stuff just to make sure there aren't any wolves around.
Yeah, make a survival check for me.
Awesome.
Zu'roth is very much distracted by the smell of that pastry.
Yeah. 14.
I don't know why that
Decent.
was made with advantage.
It does it automatically, like it rolls twice, so that if it's at advantage you can do that, and if it's at a disadvantage you can do that. It's pretty neat. Yeah, along the course of the entirety of your journey, you don't find any sort of tracks of any sort of beasts, and the ones that had ran through, seemingly any trace of them existing has been gone for like probably hours after you guys left. The stuff in the woods and all that has disappeared. Any evidence of it, including all of the blood splatters.
Not very promising. Maybe we should keep an eye out for the people that were hunting around here too.
Maybe.
Don't want to get caught
Maybe.
off guard.
I mean, not gonna lie though, this pastry's pretty good actually. I'm enjoying it.
I know. It's all I can smell. It's very distracting.
There's a little bit. Yeah.
As you guys continue on the road, about 10-15 minutes passes of Theodard chomping down on the pastry. It is a very exceptional pastry. As you finish it, however, make a con save for me, please.
Heyo, there it is!
What did you fucking think was going to happen,
I mean,
my
I
guy?
knew it was
Come on.
gonna happen. I was just like, I'm gonna save this for like a safe time, but at the same time, I was kind of like, I might as well just get out of the way whilst it's fresh. And that's a 4.
God, all roses.
A 4.
We should not fight this session.
So, at about this point in your travel, you guys are almost at the crossroads. Theodard just stands there and just stops.
You okay, little one?
Just stares off into the
doing?
horizon.
Theodard? Are you okay?
I'm gonna walk over to him and just like pick him up and then like slap him a little bit. Hello. Are you okay? Are you alright?
From Theodard's perspective, what's going on?
From Theodard's perspective, you were walking across, eating this pastry. As you took the last mouthful, you closed your eyes in a little bit of bliss. Open them up. You see an expansive field of luscious grass. You see horses chomping on hay in the distance. You hear the sounds of chickens like calling to each other in various pens. You see cows wandering free in the fields, grazing. You see your previous life, and it brings you a lot of comfort. And you just go into a deep dream.
Oh, this is nice. Okay, we're gonna sit here for a while and just sort of like sit down and sort of like slump and just take everything in, and just gonna kind of sit there for a bit.
Yeah.
Wrong with
And
this one.
on the outside, in the real world, Theodard's eyes have closed and he's basically just fell asleep.
Seems he did not get much sleep last night. Maybe a little water might freshen him up. I'm gonna just carry him over to the lake and start drowning him.
Okay, you push him in there and start drowning him, and
Not
nothing
really
seems
drown him,
to.
but just push his head under and then lift it
I
back up.
know. Still doesn't respond.
He was asleep when I finally got off last night. Don't know why he's so tired.
Yes. Something strange may have happened. Maybe at the shop.
Probably that damn pastry. I told him not to trust it.
But food is food. How can you not trust food?
You may not trust food if it comes from a weird old lady who keeps cackling. I suspect foul play.
What do you want to do about it? We can either go back to Barovia, or we can carry on to Vallaki. I think Vallaki might be the best bet.
No sense in turning back. We'll just have to carry him.
Little one. I carry him like a baby.
He is sleeping like a baby as well. It's so adorable. This slumber continues for another 5 hours, just non-stop.
All right, guys. The game was good. Glad to be here. I'll see you guys next week.
See you, man. The strange thing is, though, Theodard is enjoying every minute of this. This is like an escape from the world of Barovia. You feel free. You feel like the fog isn't pushing in on you at every moment. It's really nice to see a nice clear sky with sunlight beaming down on your face. You don't want to leave. Of course you don't. And so you've just sat there for hours and hours. In the meantime, what's everyone else doing apart from traveling? Are you guys talking to each other about anything at all, or what have you?
So if you think the pastry did this, that means old lady is going around poisoning people, yes?
Possibly. She gave me that kind of feeling that she would be up to no good. Can I just give him a little bonk on the head, just to see if, just a half-hearted attempt to wake him up?
Just bonk him on the head. Yeah.
Seems to be dreaming right now.
He's certainly in there deep. Not waking up anytime soon.
He looks happy at least.
Hmm.
Although he's getting quite heavy for little one. Let's try him over his shoulder. Maybe you can carry afterwards.
Me?
Trent, he looks... No, neither of you look strong.
My old bones couldn't carry anything nowadays.
It's okay, I guess I will carry on. Yes, well, if we come across more old lady, let's not accept pastry from them.
Probably a good idea.
One of the best lessons my parents ever taught me.
What? No pastries from old ladies?
Don't accept sweet treats from strangers.
But how else you get treat?
I don't know. I've never had much of a sweet tooth, but I'm more than certain that you don't take sweet treats off of weird old ladies in the back of a cart.
Back where I'm from, the old lady come around every day to give sweets to children.
We come from very different backgrounds, my friend.
It appears that way. And you are old and fragile, and I am not.
And I have survived long enough to become old and fragile.
I will give you that one. At least you seem quite smart too.
Well, with age comes wisdom, my friend.
Trent, how was your background? Did you take sweets from ladies?
I mean, not really. If anyone offered me something, it was probably going to be cursed, no my luck.
That sounds like horrible time.
It wasn't too bad. You get used to it after a while.
You mean like food was cursed?
I mean, I've never had cursed food, but I've got this bloody doll's head that won't leave me.
Can I have a look at it?
Sure.
I'm just gonna look at this doll and see if it does anything. Oh, it
Doesn't seem
do.
to do anything special.
Hello, doll. Are you cursed? I'll poke his head. Are you sure this cursed?
I mean, I've tried just throwing it away, and it always seems to come back to me somehow. It turned up not long after my father went off to kill that Sir Albert vampire.
Let me see how cursed for myself. When we get to that bridge up ahead, I'm just gonna throw it into the river.
Okay, you come to a statue of gargoyles flanked bridge that you get to. It's a little moist but easy to cross, and you just chuck the doll over the edge into the river, and it begins to drift away.
Yeah, that did not put up any fight. You struggled to get rid of doll.
I mean, hopefully it's gone, but I dare say it'll show up again somewhere.
Well, I'll keep my eye on you, make sure you not go and fetch it.
That's fair.
How far do you think to Vallaki?
Not much further, I hope.
I've traveled this way before, but this seems longer than usual. Maybe you are slowing me down.
My old bones don't carry me very quickly. I do apologize. You see, us turtles tend to take things rather slow. Never in a rush.
You can turn into beast though, yes?
I can turn into beast. However, I'm unable to talk or, do regular people things during that time. I'd prefer to keep my old turtle legs underneath me for now.
Seems fair. What animal can turn into?
Well, more or less anything I've seen before, though nothing too large or scary. It's rather draining on me.
Seems very interesting.
Well, it's, useful. It has its uses. For example, you say I can, as you say, turn into a beast. However, especially if I need to run, it's far better to do that as a wolf than a turtle.
Yes, I can imagine. What about little bird friend?
Oh, little bird friend. Well, Charlie, he is more or less controlled by my magic. He turns into whatever I want within reason. That's a little spell of mine.
So he do the same thing as you, yes? He transforms into
yes.
beast.
Yes, there are certain limitations, but I can turn him into whatever I see fit, more or less. No. Doesn't have much effect on me.
When we fight Strahd.
Yes, well, hopefully.
And Trent, you have this whip.
It's a family heirloom.
It looks not so effective. You should try axe.
I don't even think I could pick up that axe.
Well, not this axe. This axe is meant for strong warrior. You, on the other hand, you look a bit more dexterous in your abilities.
I mean, I've got my trusty sword too, if it comes to it, but the whip's always done me well in the past.
I failed to see good use. Maybe you can prove me wrong.
I'm sure I will.
And with that, you guys come to a crossroads. Even here, you can see that there's you've been following a dirt road for quite a while. It splits in two, widening towards the east. In the eastern direction, you can see patches of cobblestone, suggesting that the eastern branch was once an important thoroughfare, perhaps. In addition, as you get to this point, Theodard wakes back up, fully rested and a little more awake in general.
Jeez. What a lovely sleep that was.
Finally awake.
Nice of you to join us.
I was starting to think you may never wake up.
I'm gonna just drop him on the floor.
That's a rude awakening.
What's wrong with you?
What was wrong with me?
Yes.
As far as I'm aware, I ate that and fell asleep. As simple as that. I must say, though,
It
that's
has been about
probably
5 hours since you fell asleep.
oh shit. Well, that was a longer nap than I expected.
You looked
Well-
happy. What happened?
Well, I told you. You all saw, I ate and then poof, it was gone.
Huh. We have decided not to take food from strange ladies now.
I still might. Just try it in a safe environment next time. That's my advice.
We have been attacked. We probably would have been able to protect you.
That's what I'm saying, try it in a safe environment when we're not going to get attacked, and then it won't happen.
That seems fair. Strange, but fair. We are not that
Are we there
far
yet,
now.
anyway?
We have a few hours left, maybe.
Right. Fair enough. Well,
Which way are you guys headed?
wow, looks like a fork in the road. Can we see the gates from where we stood?
You can see another similar set of gates that you guys had gone through to first actually get to the wider area of Barovia, shut with the same kind of ensemble of toppled heads and the statues towering 50, 60, 70 feet tall ahead.
Well, I'm not sure if we're going to get through that. Should we try to the right first?
Say, Zu'roth, don't you know the way?
It has been a very long time since I have come this way.
Well, should we try to the right?
Yes, it is better than staying here forever.
What about you, old man?
You can lead.
What's your plan?
Well, I suppose it's worth a try.
Alrighty then. Let's try to the right.
Okay. You guys begin on the right, making your way forward on the cobblestone path. It was originally just dirt, but walking on hard stone makes everything feel a little more civilized. The path gets a little more winding as hills begin to protrude from the ground slightly higher, but it doesn't inconvenience you guys too much due to the nature of it. You get to around this point, and suddenly, as the mists that kind of keep vision from going too far begin to part in front of you, you see the road taking a sudden turn to the east, beyond a couple, maybe like a mile forward, raised on a large hill, is a very heavily walled, tall, bright, black-stoned castle. You see bats fly out from the roof as you gaze upon what you probably imagine is not Vallaki upon a second gaze. Yeah, what do you guys do?
I think we made the wrong decision.
This looks like the domain of the beast. We should not be here yet. We should turn around.
I was kind of thinking that as well. Maybe we should go back.
That sounds like a very good idea to me.
Yeah.
See if anything looks weird near here.
What's your definition of weird?
Just
Out of place.
Yeah.
Make a perception check for me.
Yippee. God, 10.
Other than you imagine that despite the fog, you would have at least been able to see the outline of this castle. Suddenly you can now. You're not fully sure. But other than that, you don't really notice anything else of particular import surrounding you.
To get caught here. Not now. We should move with haste.
Right with you.
You guys
Also
quickly
speed-
start.
Yeah, so speed walking back.
Fair dues. It cuts maybe about an hour into your travel as you guys had seemingly taken the wrong route, but at least you know where the castle is now. Taking the other one, you're met with the same iron gates that you're stood about 100 feet from. You approach, and as you get about 70 to 80 feet again, similarly to last time, they creak and begin to open due to your sheer presence. Do you guys step in?
Joyce, we should probably just stay close to each other. I'm gonna swing the buckler out and get the axe out as well and just head in first.
Okay. You walk on through. No obstructions.
Clear. We should probably keep eye though.
I've got my frying pan out at the ready in case like something starts like to run towards us.
Cool. As the rest of you begin to make your way through as well, nothing jumps out, nothing attacks, nothing of the sort. You guys have a pretty safe journey through the second set of gates that most of you have came through.
Well,
The last pair of gates I seen like this were back when I first got here.
right.
Same with us, really.
You enter near Barovia, the city, well, town.
That's how we ended up there. Yeah, we arrived in the fog, went through the gates, and found the little town there.
It seems like that is the place where everybody starts their journey here. When me and my friends got here, that's where we ended up too.
Well,
Did
that's how we
you-
got here. So
did you
maybe
visit Strahd?
we did see him briefly.
It is good that you all got out.
Well, not all of us.
Ah, you mentioned your little friend before.
Oi, small little thing.
Well, hopefully he is in a better place than some of my friends may be.
He's definitely in a better place than us.
Unless Strahd kept them. Brought them back to Barovia. He has ways of making things that you hate to see here, like his personal torture ground.
Well, let's press forward for now, anyways.
Hopefully, you know, your little friend escaped with just death.
I'll can hope that as well.
For this next leg of the journey, I would like everyone to roll a d12 for me.
A D12. Oh no.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I'd say yes, but like I don't understand what any of these are.
Okay. No, I was just checking something. Nevertheless, continuing on, you guys walk through as mists slowly part to reveal more of where you stand. You eventually come to a much easier crossroads to understand. You see one path continues along. The other, however, shows what looks like a set of like megaliths, humongous standing stones in a circle near what looks like a tall yet very crooked and strange, like antique windmill. You look upon it, it still seems to be in function barely. The windmill itself is quite tattered but seems to still function. And you look upon it, there also seems to be a raven perched at the front of the windmill that gives you guys a curious stare as you get to this point. What do you do?
Anybody need to rest? Maybe take a sit down.
I was thinking that as well, actually. Maybe we could maybe, ask them if we could stay the night as weary travelers or whatnot, or maybe just make camp outside or something.
You think people live there? It look abandoned.
I mean, if there are people there, then we can check, but if not, then, we'll just make it our home.
Well, we'll go up and we'll just take a short breather to get back some energy, maybe have some food with your cooking supplies you bought.
Well, I couldn't buy them. They were massively overpriced, but I mean, I've got a frying pan.
That seems very useful without the ingredients.
We've got rations. We could have cooked rations that taste slightly less worse.
Just gonna walk off ahead.
Okay. Are you guys like approaching the front of the windmill, or are you just going to kind of chill in front of it and around it?
I'm gonna go see if it's abandoned.
Okay. You walk on forward towards it. You see that raven perched at the front at this point, as it's been somewhat strangely staring at you as you walk. It at this point begins to like hop around and squawk at you quite aggressively as you get there. I'll also give you guys a quick map of what you're seeing right now. It's not massive in terms of width or anything.
Can I understand what the raven's saying?
Can you speak to animals?
I think I can, as a druid, can't I?
As a shepherd druid, you can understand animals' intentions and motions and what they're trying to convey and stuff. You kind of get from initially looking at this raven and its behavior, it is warning. It is trying to get you guys away. It's trying to scare you off or alert you to danger.
Wait. Use caution. That bird is definitely warning us against something.
It's squawking. It is
Me,
what birds
it's a
do.
bird.
Why do you think caution is necessary?
The bird is warning us. Just be careful. I'm just saying, it seems to think that something is afoot here.
Does it look abandoned?
You look up, the windmill is still moving. It's still, like, running. It's the only thing you can get there.
See if this place still has people here. We can always leave if there is. I'll go up and just open the door.
Okay. You walk up to the door. The bird squawks even louder and really aggressively tries to get you to stop, but nonetheless, you push it open. The ground floor of this place has been converted into a makeshift kitchen, but the room is filthy. You see baskets and old dishware are piled up everywhere. Adding to the clutter is a peddler's cart. Seems to be a chicken coop. There's a heavy wooden trunk and a pretty wooden cabinet with flowers painted on its doors. In addition to the clucking of chickens, you hear toads croaking. The sweet smell of pastries blends horridly with a stench that bursts your nostrils. The awful odor comes out of an open, upright barrel in the center of this room. You see that warmth, or feel that warmth, issues from a brick oven against one wall, and a crumbling staircase ascends up to the next one. You can also hear a few floors above of younger women, seemingly.
I'm just gonna come back out. This place seems to not be abandoned. It has the same cackling of the lady that sold you your pastry.
Right, let's leave.
Yes, I'm with Theodard. We should definitely get out of here.
No, freaky old women. I don't like that. No.
You said you would eat another one if you had a chance.
I mean, sure, but I've got an idea for dinner tonight. If you'll all, if you want something a bit better. Remember how you said, it wasn't very useful if I didn't have any food for a frying pan? I mean, you can hear what I'm hearing, right? Clucks.
You want to steal chicken?
I think it could be a really good idea.
I think whatever lives here is incredibly dangerous, and stealing from it is possibly the stupidest thing you could do.
Oh, come on, it's only a fucking chicken. Or an egg.
It's
Think about the eggs.
Old lady
I
should
would-
not pose threat to Zu'roth.
I mean, true, but there's old ladies and then there's freaky old ladies, alright? I've heard some booky shit about this old woman who lived in my village. Basically, everyone thought she was really nice, but had a bit of a weird aura to her because of this laugh she used to do, sort of not like a cackle like them, but she did this something like that. Right? It was scary. It was terrifying. But we all found out one day that apparently she'd been keeping these things in her kitchen, these little things that she'd use to get children. They should eat the children. At least, that's what I was told. It was like a child story, but she'd eat children and cook them.
think these old lady eat children.
I mean, they're cackling like fucking crazy.
Theodard, I believe that these things that are inside may be the same thing that you knew when you were younger. And they are quite dangerous, I believe. The crow would not be warning so aggressively if these were simple old ladies.
Seems true. I
Right.
think we should leave.
I mean, I think we need a bit more food. I'm not gonna lie.
You can run fast, yes.
Not very, but I could try.
Why don't you try to get food and we'll wait outside?
Alright. You can turn into animals, right, Lanatu?
Yes.
Right, if things go south, you're horsing us out of here.
Well, very well. What
Alright.
do we want from in there anyway?
I want eggs. Or better yet, a chicken if I could.
I could turn into a fox and get a chicken.
I mean, that might work. But I'm also, small. So it might help.
I want to stay far away from this.
Alright.
Personally, I would rather go hungry tonight, but if you're dead set on this idea, then guess I can't stop you.
Going hungry. You're not going hungry when I'm around. I'm gonna walk over to the door.
Okay. Yeah.
Do I see chicken?
At this point, you do notice that there is a chicken coop in one of the areas of the room over here, I'll say.
Okay. I'm gonna try and stealthily walk in.
Okay. Make a stealth check for me.
Okay. All this in the name of getting a chicken. How could this possibly go wrong? Yes!
16. You begin to walk through. You get to about here. You're feeling good. You kick something, but manage to muffle the sound before it goes anywhere and shove it back. You look down at what you've kicked. There's a bone here. Huh. You see the chicken pen before you. It seems to have 3 alive, well chickens in there. There's about 7 or 8 eggs as well.
Theodard's immediately freezing up at the sight of a bone and just be like, oh no.
You look at it a little more, or at least just keep the image of that in your head. These are bones for people your size.
That's Theodard, by the way. So kind of freaking the fuck out. It's like, no, don't look down at it. Don't look down at it. We didn't see that. Think of nice things. Think of the chickens and the eggs and the eggs and the chickens and that. Okay. Alright. You know what, actually. Hold on. No. I'm not going in there. Bye. No.
What is wrong?
I'm not going in there. There's bones on the floor. I'm not. No, thank you. I'm not dealing with that today.
Chicken bones?
No. People bones. They're people bones.
Then we must lay the evil inside.
All those in favour of completely ignoring that and leaving, say aye.
I
Aye.
But
Unfortunately, motion is carried.
we must stop the evil in this place.
We can stop the evil another time. I am not dealing with bones. No way, no how.
Are you scared of bones?
Yes.
But you face vampire.
Let me give you
Yeah. There's vampires and then there's bones, and bones are fucking terrifying. Make me
I'm an
jump like
old-
a jackrabbit.
And the only way you survive to be my age is by seeing a bone and realizing that you probably don't want to be where you are.
That sounds like a good motion. Let's get the fuck out.
There's bones. This raven's going absolutely berserk. It's not a good idea.
I agree. I don't mind going hungry tonight if it means I don't have to look at that fucking thing again.
Not very happy about letting evil escape this day, but I cannot do it alone.
We will return one day, my friend.
When there's not any bones on the floor.
Fine. Carry on. We won't take stop here.
Is there any way I could roll something to see if we can find anywhere else that might be a good place to stop for the night?
There are plenty of open spaces that you could pretty much stop. It's not like it's not night yet. You guys have gone maybe 7 or 8 hours, not a buttload.
We can make it to Vallaki for rest. Full
Right,
night rest
well-
anyway.
We'll try and get to there. Ugh. Gives me tingles down my spine just thinking about it.
Fine. Let's go.
So-
Let's run away from evil.
I'm not running away from evil. I'm running away from there's there.
Just walks
From
off
this
the front of
point,
the party.
are you guys headed straight, like,
Following this road.
hopefully no interruptions towards Vallaki, following that road?
Yes.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay. Cool. In which case, we'll take our break here. I'm still managing to remember breaks. One day I will not. So yeah, thank you guys for watching so far. Stay tuned, but go get a drink, have a piss, whatever you need to do. I'll be back in 2 to 3 minutes, and I'll be talking to chat and talking about the game and other stuff as well. Stick around. See you in a bit. Cool. Hello. I'm on. Hi, folks. It's me and my face. Looking very white today. I'm not as white as I normally would be. Nobody's talking today. This makes me very sad. Okay, I don't actually care so much because this is my time to just kind of ramble about the game and also give my players some time to go on break and stuff like that. I haven't random encounter on the way. That roll was just a psychological thing. I'm gonna make it seem like, it's their role adjudicated what happened there. When in reality, I just plan all my random encounters beforehand. I think that's a decent strategy to make your players scared of things and the like. Wasn't actually expecting someone to buy and eat the dream pastries within half an hour of the session, but hey, Theodard did. Little bastard. In any case, I'm liking the direction of the session so far. You can expect combat for the second half. I'm going to be running some of the druids, the Yesterhill druids, or at least one druid with a bunch of twig and needle blights, because I thought twig blight is not going to do justice to this, like, in any way. So I've also added some needle blights in there. They won't kill the party, I'm pretty certain, because the hit points distributed among them are about the same, maybe a bit more than the vampire spawn. It's just divided up between different creatures, which means it's going to take slightly longer to kill them, and they get more attacks. So it'll be a bit more of a lethal encounter for all of them to endure as a group. The vampire spawn encounter with Doru is pretty centered on targeting one person. That's why I targeted Lanatu. Lanatu seemed like the most vulnerable in his eyes, which he was right about, because Lanatu is not a tank. Well, his AC is brilliant, but other than that, hit points aren't as immaculate. I like to think of when I'm weighing up encounter balance, like how much damage the party can do on average if they're going to hit, let's say, and I check the enemy AC to see how regularly they're going to be hitting, and that's kind of how I put that up. I also do take into account things that can give them advantage, which they have quite a lot of. Zu'roth going reckless is a decent example of that. He can permanently give himself advantage on basically everything if he really wants, etc., etc. It's a lot of things to consider when balancing an encounter. The encounter table in Curse of Strahd is very lacking, in my opinion, for that specific area. The encounters are either way too underpowered, or way too easy, or way too hard. There's no in between. I actually made a pretty big mistake the first time I tried to do a on the road encounter in my first game. I put way too many twig and needle blights on for a level 3 party, and they were I specifically made the map pretty small, so then they were like really cramped up in terms of their combat. They were kind of pushed into a wall that they could have left, but because of the way that the map was framed, they were kind of stuck. They did eventually manage to get out, but it was some very bad encounter design on my part. I will fully admit that. This time, I'm doing a little less. I'm just going to flank from two sides of a large open road. We're going to see what happens. I'm using the same map I did for the previous one. I think it might have been a different one, but the same sort of map maker. And I have doubled the size by making one square 10 feet, so that the party has a lot more to work with in terms of space. Because sometimes encounters in Barovia can either be massive or tiny in terms of their scope and scale. And yeah, it's going to be a pretty big in terms of scale, mainly just so that I have more things to kind of work with when I'm moving around, so the players have as well. I hope you guys are learning some interesting stuff from the way that I DM and run games and stuff like that, because I do put a lot of effort into when I'm running my games. The last few weeks for me have been very experimental. Ever since I've started playing in Dungeon of the Mad Mage and reading up more different modules that I wouldn't normally run, I've discovered a lot of new systems that I could perhaps implement into my games that I think all look pretty good. So I'm excited to try those out. I like my thingy here. This is what I do most things in my life. It's great. It is quite possibly the most comfiest thing ever. My room is so immensely cold that basically most of the time I have to have my bed covers like with me at my desk. I used to DM on my bed. I don't anymore. That was awful for my back. I was running the entirety of the first Curse of Strahd on my bed. It went okay mostly. One time I did it at Laura's house. That was fun. In any case, I'm not sure how long I've rambled for, but that will probably be enough, maybe, hopefully. I should probably start recording the time of when these breaks start so that I know when to start and stop. In any case, thank you guys for sticking around if you have, and yeah, enjoy the rest of the show. Hello again. We return. A shorter break than usual, but that's because no one was talking in chat, and I'm gonna cry. They might have been. I just only checked at the start, and no one had said anything. So, in any case, we return back to the party having left the mysterious windmill, and they continue on in the direction of what they think might be Vallaki. Is there anything else you guys are doing on the road? Talking to each other? Because if not... Ooh, I accidentally clicked hide.
Oh no, we're in the darkness. Oh, there we go.
Oh boy. As you guys continue onwards, you get to a point that kind of goes around a small bit of mountain with some, a small bit of hill even, with some trees kind of surrounding the area. Very dead in their appearance, mostly. I'd like everyone to make a perception check for me, please.
Always a good sign.
It's always a great sign. 11. Trent with the 21. There we go.
Oof.
Got a 10 from Theodard. And a 21 from Lanatu as well. Lanatu and Trent, as you begin to look out towards the trees and the like as you continue to walk forward, something pokes out. It's quite camouflaged and quite camouflaged well. It looks like maybe a human with an older human with like a matted with dirt beard and like strange attire that almost matches the way that kind of like a tree functions. You see underneath like draperies of literally moss, seemingly like almost wooden, not even like armor, clothing on this fellow. They carry a huge distorted staff. Lanatu, upon a first look, this looks like someone ashamedly similar to your sort of kind in terms of their presentation, and are just hiding behind a tree. But you two both notice kind of bits of dirt and the figure around it as you pass. What do you do?
Does it look hostile in any way?
You can't tell.
I'm just going to say to everyone, hold up. And shout towards him, just goes, who goes there?
Shit! Oh, they noticed us! Boys! Pretties! Come on out! And as you hear that from behind the tree, the seemingly older gentleman steps forward, an absolute mess of a human, clutching onto the staff with 2 hands. He points it forward. Just as he does, the trees around him begin to almost twist and turn as crawling out from the branches are twig-like creatures, seemingly about 2 to 3 foot tall, made of small bits of the wood from the areas surrounding and the trees. This is what begins to kind of come around and through the area. In addition, there also seemed to be a couple more with like a more rigid structure, stood at about 4 or 5 foot tall, made not of sticks but of wood, and seemed to have huge needles for arms. And as they approach, immediately, very obviously hostile, I would like everyone to roll some initiative. The red square is where you can start. So you can move yourself anywhere within that red square area. I will be rolling these as kind of like swarms, so there's going to be them moving as a unit because there are too many for me to do individually. And then these ones. Okay, decent initiative all around, folks. Pretty decent. How come Zu'roth rolled twice? Why did he do that? Why did Zu'roth do that? Am I allowed to know? Hello? Ryan! He might have gone. Who knows?
Ryan may have gone, yes.
He may have left. In any case, we're starting with Theodard as you get the first reaction to this chaos. What are you doing?
Well, sort of looking around, seeing all these guys, and not being entirely sure as to what to do. Theodard's gonna once again sort of play a soothing melody as a sheep begins to apparate, jumping over a fence, and is going to cast Sleep, centered on the people to, well, let me double check how far away everyone is actually, because, in that case, he's going to move to around here, and I think he'd be able to get everyone at that range. I'd say yes.
What range is it?
So creatures within 20 feet of a point. So if I do it centered on that guy, I can get everyone apart from this dude on the right.
Yeah, you can indeed. You can
So,
totally do that.
I shall bada bing, bada boo up. And at first of all, that should
Give me
be
the roll.
17 hit points worth. Damn.
Okay. So, as the sheep begins to bound, you see that the 3 twig blights at the front, we can hear you now, thank you. They look forward and all of them kind of just like, not necessarily go to sleep, but just sort of disassemble on the spot and like lie there as a somewhat discarded pile of sticks. The druid looks around. No! No!
Oh. Well, with that, having casted that, I'm gonna look over to Zu'roth and go, you can take on a few piles of sticks and give him a bardy inspiration.
Hey. Cool. Just ping the thing again of all the creation bonuses so that he has that there.
Yeah, I'll put that.
In the meantime, Lanatu, you're up.
Okay, cool. I am going to throw Charlie off my shoulder.
Okay.
And he's going to take the form of a tiger. He's going to land here. I'm just going to shout, "Go,
I
Charlie!"
like it.
Uh,
He's a Pokemon.
let me just find.
Okay.
The,
So that's Summon Beast.
let me just find the stat block for him. Sorry.
Yeah, just be ready for that. Is there anything else you wanted to do with your turn as that's happening, though?
No, I don't.
Okay. In which case, Charlie, in feathered tiger form, still with the same colors and everything, is ready to pounce forward.
Summon bestial spirit.
You got it.
One moment. Just come back to me.
It's its turn now.
It's its turn now, which is the thing.
Okay.
You should have had it ready before, you fool.
You've disgraced us all.
Ah! All right, fine. We'll move on. Trent, you're up.
Trent's just going to run straight into combat, going 30 foot, takes out his whip, and attacks this little guy on the floor.
Yeah, go ahead.
17 to hit.
This is one of the bigger guys. A 17 hits. Roll damage for me. Okay. Take the whip, crack it across the form, wood splinters. It does a decent amount of damage to this. These are some of the bigger ones, so it manages to sustain a little more. Okay, anything else?
Then bonus action, Hunter's Market.
Ooh, I like it. Okay. So, have you got the stat block up yet? No.
Still can't find it. It's not here. So.
Okay. Yep, it's a great service. In the meantime, the other druid of this group is up. It is going to begin to like stride somewhat forward, look towards its now unconscious comrades. You'll pay for that. And looks among you. Let's see the range of this thing. I accidentally pinged it twice, but let me check. That could get Theodard, Lanatu, and Zu'roth all in there. As he extends the staff forward, vines begin to burst from the floor, and he casts Entangle. All of you need to make a strength saving throw. Zu'roth succeeds. Theodard fails. Lanatu needs to make one as well.
What type of saving throw is that?
Strength save. Strength.
Oh, okay.
Oh no. Theodard and Lanatu are restrained as they're engulfed by the various like thorned vines that entangle you all within there. Okay. That is the druid. They're actually going to move a little bit back after that, like giggling like a maniac. And yeah, that's them done. Zu'roth.
Zu'roth will start his mumbling of his prayers while his tattoos start glowing, destroying all these things around him as he just sort of walks through them. Or straight up to this little thing here. And he's gonna reckless attack. He's just gonna try and smash this thing to bits with his battle axe.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
20 hits. Go ahead and roll damage on that.
That's plus.
Cool.
Plus
and
that.
we doing the yeah. Cool.
So
that is 11. You raise up your huge battle axe and swing it, and the twig blight just clatters into a million pieces of wood on the floor.
What's next? And that's my turn.
Got it up yet?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Okay.
So Charlie can take his turn now.
Charlie's going to go ahead, run right up to this boy here, and he's going to maul him. So I'm going to roll.
Like leaps over with a claw. Go ahead.
I'm just going to roll it on here.
Okie dokie.
D20 with a plus. Right, so that's like I think it's a 15 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage for me.
Awesome. Is
Do-do-do.
and that's plus 6, so that's 8 damage total.
Plus 6.
Yeah, it gets plus 4.
Ooh. That's amazing. Well, if that's plus 4, then that's 6.
Sorry. No, he gets a
If
plus
he has,
4.
did you say he
plus
has
4 from his strength, and then plus 2 from the level of the spell, so he gets plus 6 to the damage.
Ah, that is very good. So pounces forward and digs his teeth straight into like the shoulder of this. If you could call it a shoulder, it's probably as close to an idea of a shoulder as you can get. Nevertheless, he's over there tearing into them just as it's the Needle Boys' turns. This one is going to come around to here, 5'10". What's the range on these things? Yeah, 30 feet. So raising one of its needle-like arms up is going to try and shoot Trent with a needle. That's a 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay, 8 points of piercing damage. Roll for concentration as well. This one is that's within melee of you. Hunter's Mark is gone, unfortunately. The one in melee with you, as it lurches forward with its own needle arms, is not going to shoot, but instead just try and stab you with its claws. That's an 18 to hit.
That's a hit again.
Okay, another 8 points of piercing. As like these various thorned needles are sticking into parts of you. This one is going to try and stab at Charlie. See how well that goes. 22. I'm rolling very good. So that's 4 points of piercing damage to Charlie. This final one here is gonna up here. Is gonna come to here and take a shot at Theodard with advantage because Theodard is restrained. That makes it an 18.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
So 11 points of piercing damage on that as it flies outwards and sticks into you while you're restrained by the various thorns. And it's then going to move back 5 feet. That's them done. On to Twig Boys. There's only one that gets to do anything because the rest are dead or asleep. So good job on that one, guys. The Twig Blight is going to run up to Trent and try and claw him in the face. That's a 22 to hit for 4 points of piercing. You're just getting absolutely mauled over here. Okay, back to the top of the rounds. Theodard, you're up.
Theodard's looking kind of hurt right now, but is also not going to be very to get out of the situation he's in, I don't think. So, from where he is, he's going to, first of all, cast a healing word on himself, just kind of like stealing himself for a moment, gaining 4 points of healing back. Not great, but you know, at least it's some healing. So sort of stealing himself for a moment, he's going to do that, and then look towards the twig man who shot him, and say, look at you, you wooden bastard. You're made out of twigs. You should eat something. I don't know.
Got an 11 on that, so that is a failure. There's no visible effect, but you've definitely hurt its feelings if it had any.
Yeah, you stick man.
Alright, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. On to Lanatu.
Awesome, right. Okay, I am going to... Let me see just how far I am. Let me move over here.
You can't move.
I cannot...
You're
I
restrained.
forgot I'm restrained, aren't I? Can I make some sort of attempt?
You can use your action to make a strength check to get out.
I don't know. He's not a very strong boy. I'll give it a go, though. Why not?
Go on. Might as well.
Let's see.
16. That's not a saving throw, it's just a check, but still, as you manage to rip apart the vine bindings that surround you, you are now no longer restrained. However, that was your action.
Sweet. Okay. Now Charlie is going to do the exact same again, and he's going to maul this twig man.
Make that attack.
Oh, natural 20 to hit.
Oh, snap.
Roll that damage. You get an extra d8, so roll 2d8
Awesome,
instead of 1,
okay.
and then add your modifier at the end. That's
Alright.
6. Ooh, this is such a good spell.
Oh,
Ooh. Still. It didn't have that much health anyway, so as Charlie lunges forward, gets a pinpoint precise shot right in the center of this needle blight. As the teeth dig in, they scrape across and it falls. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yep, that is my turn.
On to Trent.
Trent's going to bonus action use his spell again, is Hunter's Mark. So, like the shadow going around this one.
Okay.
He's going to put his whip away and this time pull out his short sword and give it a little stab.
Ah, I like it. Go ahead. 13 hits.
Sweet.
7 points of piercing, plus that extra Hunter's Mark as well. So another, because you were doing piercing, so that's 11 points of damage. As you mark the target, the shadows surround and then quickly disperse as your blade pierces through, leaving nothing.
That'll be my turn.
Okay. Back to the druid over here. They are going to let's see here. Wander to here, just walking somewhat crookedly with the stick, looks towards Theodard and goes and casts a second level thunder wave. I'd like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
So it's a lot of damage. 15. So you only take 6 points of thunder damage. Bursts. You hear. You feel like a ringing in your ears. But other than that, you weren't knocked back. Everyone else just saw him say boom, and then the sound of an explosion came out of his staff. He's then going to move 5 feet back. That's him done. Zu'roth, you're up.
Zu'roth's gonna sprint over this way, get next to this one here, and he's gonna make
Okay.
another attack, trying to bury him into the tree behind him. He's gonna make a
I
reference as well.
like it. Might as well. Yeah, that hit.
Ooh.
It's roll damage. Plus that rage as well.
Yeah.
And plus the divine stuff. So that's 13.
15.
16.
16.
15 points of damage. You slam the battle axe into the chest and you ram it against the side of the tree and it splinters and shatters around it and you almost actually bend the tree over with the force of your might for a moment.
Want to make
Okay.
it so easy. And then he's just going to take 5 steps further this way. That's his turn.
All right. Onto the needle boys, or what's left of them. There is only one around. It is going to. What's the range on its needles? That's exactly 30 feet. Good, good. It's going to try and shoot another one at Trent. That's a 10.
That's a miss.
It's then going to try and run backwards towards this tree here with its full 30 movement. The twig blight engage with you, Trent, as it is now their turn, is going to try and claw you across the face. That's a 17 to hit.
I'll use my reaction to block it.
Ah, I like it. Just at the last moment, as its like claws are coming right towards you, you take that short sword and like press it downwards and like slam its hands onto the floor as a quick reaction. Cool, cool. That's your defensive duelist thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. On to Theodard.
Yeah. So, I don't suppose this individual has any metal on them, do they?
No, anything but.
I'm almost certain this is a druid.
I mean, it is a druid, but
Druids do not wear or carry metal. That's a very specific thing.
I mean, they might have, I don't know, coins or something. I don't know, on their skin. I don't know. Piercings, maybe. So Theodard's going to start off by pumping a 2nd level healing word into Trent, turning around and going, keep up the work, or something. It's hard to be positive when all you do is insult people, but that's 8 points of healing for Trent.
Okay.
And then I'm going to look over towards the druid individual and say, you look stupid with all that on your face. You clean yourself up and cast a vicious mockery.
Okay. Druid got a natural 1, so it's going to take that 1 damage.
That's a Constitution saving throw.
It like growls towards you for a moment, and then the entangle fades.
Yes, that's what we wanted. Cool. And I'm going to move my movement this way. And that is me done.
Okay. Lanatu, you're up.
Yeah. I'm gonna move a little bit this way because I don't particularly want to get hit. And then
Okay.
I'm going to cast Produce Flame
Got ya.
and throw it at this one over here.
Okay.
And
Little tiny ball of fire appears in your hand. You chuck it. Make that attack.
let's.
20 hits. Roll damage. 1 point of fire. Doubled.
What is with these damage?
Doubled to 2. Doubled to 2. As you launch it, the flames begin to burn around the sides of it. Its arms just basically completely fall off and melt and char into full-on twigs. Okay. So that's your turn, correct?
That's
Now
my
we're on to
go.
Charlie.
Charlie is going to run over and maul this guy yet again.
Charlie is a very good boy.
That's a 14 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
Swaggery.
Give me that D8.
That is 11 damage.
Your small amount of flame looks like nothing as Charlie just leaps off those planks of wood and like just runs through it and like gets all the way to like the other side of the ropes before running back. Just makes real quick work of it. God, I love this spell.
We love Charlie.
Okay. So we're on to Trent.
Trent's gonna run after the one that's just run away a little bit, but moving 20 feet to stay out of the way of its little needle arms, and I will take the dodge action.
Oh, okay. Did you want to Hunter's Mark this guy? There's a new one.
Actually, yes, I will.
Good idea. Okay, so the shadows begin to surround it instead. Onto the druid. He is going to look towards the very scary Zu'roth and run this way, and then once again, seeing Theodard within range, points the staff forward. I don't think you got the joke. Boom! And is going to cast Thunderwave at level 2 again.
Damn, this joke's pretty bad, I'm not going to lie.
Make a con save.
Okey-doke.
Rolling bad for this.
Oh!
19. Only take 5 points of fire damage. You're a hardy ass freaking stout halfling. Once again, you're almost sent flying as he shouts. And you just manage to grip onto the floor. He's then going to move 10 more feet this way because of his long strider precast on himself, and that's his turn. Zu'roth.
Seeing as he's really fucking far away. I'll just finish these off as I'm just sort of strolling around. Just every time I walk up next one, I'm going to take a big swing and try and just kill them on the floor.
Okay. These ones are like the ones that got sleep spelled a while ago, so you just walk up to one of them and make an attack with advantage.
19.
Yeah. Roll all the damage just for fun. Let's see what happens.
It's automatic crit, right?
Yes, correct. So what's that total for the fun of it?
14, 20, 23, minus 20 damage.
20 damage. You just raise up the battle axe and just send it flying about 20 foot as it just scatters into a million pieces.
I'm going to pick up the axe and then take another few steps, just strolling up to all these ones that are asleep, just finishing them off.
Just carving through the ones that are left. Okay. The needle boy is 35 feet away from Trent exactly. It is going to take a shot at disadvantage. It would have had disadvantage anyway. That's a 5. So no. And then it's going to take a further run in this direction. No more twig blights. Well, there are twig blights, but they're just not doing anything right now. Theodard, what are you doing?
I'm very hurt, so what's more important in this scenario? My own survival? I agree. I'm gonna cast a 2nd level cure wounds on myself. Sort of like running my hand across the banjo strings, sort of with this green glow in my hand, and like invigorating myself with it for a total of 7 points of
roll
healing.
better.
Yeah, I will do next time, Jake. Thank you for telling me to do that. Wow, that was a total roll of 4. That was awful. Yeah, so with that, having healed myself a little bit, yeah, can't really.
You come back towards me. I can cure wounds you on my turn. I think. But the thing is, I'm only a slow turtle. I only have 20 feet of movement, so
you would want to get away from this guy, to be fair. So probably seeing him, like, either just trying to run towards him. He's going to run back and go, I don't think that joke was very funny. And end his turn there.
Okay. Lanatu, you're up.
I'm going to move here and extend my hand out. I touch my ally and cast healing. Cure wounds.
Okay, go ahead. Roll for that. 2 healers in the party. Okay. That's 8 points of healing more.
Nice.
You're almost back to full now.
Hey, that's what happens when we have 2 healers.
And then I end my
and
then I end my turn.
Okay, and then Charlie doing anything?
Charlie is going to move as far as he can towards this druid man. Let me just see how far that is. He goes there.
Can action dash.
Okay.
Yeah, good action dash.
Oh, yeah, I might as well action dash as well. 19, 20, 25, 30. And he gets to that.
Okay. He's charging forward towards the druid. He goes, no! Bad kitty! Bad! Trent, you're up.
Trent's going to run straight at this needle guy. While he's running, he's going to take out his whip and give it a good old swish across his head.
First reach weapons. Go ahead, dude.
A 15 to hit.
15 hits, roll damage, and he's hunter's marked. 8 plus total of 10 piercing. Oh wait, no, this is slashing, isn't it?
Yes.
So that's
Slashing,
13. Yeah, so in which case, crack the whip in the air, slash it down, and in one swift motion, you cleave it in two.
That would be my turn.
Okay, onto the druid, who's the only one who's been doing okay. He's gonna run 35, 40 to here, just in the middle of the fray. How about a double boom? And it's gonna thunder wave again. He's got spell slots for days. Lanatu and Theodard, both of you make con saves.
Okie doke.
Lanatu fails.
Oh!
Theodard fails. Both of you take 9 points of thunder damage and are blasted 15 foot away. Lanatu make a con save for concentration.
Okay. You said that was 6 points of damage, sorry.
Yes.
9.
9 worse. Okay.
Oh, and also Charlie turns back into his regular form.
Sweet.
Druid is then going to walk back 5 feet. Zu'roth? Same thing.
Looks like he's having a leisurely stroll out. He's going to pick this one up off the floor, get his shield, and just bash it.
Okay, roll an attack. With advantage, and it's an auto crit, so... Well, now it's... Yeah.
Never mind.
For the sake of ease, you just kind
it's dead.
of smash it on the back, and it flies all the way onto the top of this, like, 40-foot tall hill area. That's another one down.
He's going to take another step here and wait for his next turn.
Swig Blights can't do anything. Theodard, you're up.
How tall is this individual? This person?
5 foot, short human.
Okay. Theodard's gonna run over to here, and as he's running, he pulls out the frying pan and goes, "Right, I've had enough of this." Straight, and then pull out the frying pan and like jump up as high as he can, and like sort of kicking his legs out in the air, like trying to like bonk him like on bonk them like on top of the head with the frying pan.
Go ahead.
I want their skull to become concave. 23.
That hits.
My
Go ahead
pan
and roll
hits
damage.
are good. Decent damage.
You strike the pan across the head of him. Oh! He begins to rub it as flecks of dirt just fall off.
I'm gonna give myself a quick first level healing word just so I can have a bit more health back.
Okay. Got ya. As you heal yourself again, out of the frying pan into the fire, that's correct. Lanatu, you're up.
Right, Lanatu is going to wild shape into an elk.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then I'm going. He in his elk form. He's going to charge towards this druid. And since the elk has the charge ability thing, I get to do 3.
Can't use your action. It was already your action.
Well, next turn he's going to do that.
That's fine. Okay. Is that your turn? You've just become this large elk. Got ya. Trent, you're up.
I'm going to bonus action dash, running all the way up to here, and I'll then bonus action Hunter's Mark onto the druid guy, and end my turn there.
Hey, what's up with all this shadow shit? Is there a way he could do this? He can't hit more than one person in it, so he is going to run around the side here. One more boom for the road! Lanatu, make a con save as an elk.
Awesome. One second, let me just get... I have a +1 to con, so let's just roll a d20.
Yeah,
I got a
13.
14.
Well, yeah, that's a success. So you take 6 points of thunder damage in your elk form, and you are not pushed back. Starting to think this boom thing isn't working. That's his turn. Zu'roth.
Zeros is going to pick this one up and just launch it into the stone.
I mean, roll for an attack just in case. We'll see what happens. Yeah, you hit. And just shatters. And at that point, it's only the druid left to deal with.
Now for the last one. Then I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to move 25 feet, so I'll come to that here. Starting
Okay.
his walk up to the druid.
No, you're a big fellow. Theodard, you're up.
Piece of fucking shite.
9 misses, unfortunately. He takes the quarterstaff and like bonks you on the back of the head. No frying pan. I don't like it. Okay. Anything else?
Nah, I can't really do much else, so that will be me.
Theodard has devolved into frying pan. Lanatu in elk form, what are you doing?
Awesome. Right, Lanatu is going to move to here, because that way I've moved at least 20 feet. And then I'm going to use the charge attack. So that's 3d6 plus
Well, you got to hit first.
3 if I can succeed on this, and that's plus.
Yeah, you hit. Roll all
Awesome.
that.
Do it.
Does anything else happen other than the damage?
Oh my word. So yeah, I charge him. He takes 13 damage, and then he has to roll a strength save or be knocked prone.
Is there any additional damage? What's its strength? What's the elk strength?
Oh yeah, it takes 13, and then it is plus 3, so it takes 16.
Yeah. 16
Damn.
and a strength save. That is a 10.
Fails the save.
Oh shit! Just gets slams onto the floor. I love it, man. Okay, is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Oh, also, are you large right now?
I am, yes.
Okay. Trent, you're up.
5, 10, 15. Just slash him across the chest while he's on the
Alright,
floor.
you have advantage, so go ahead. 21 hits. Thank God you had advantage. Roll the damage with Hunter's Mark. 7 slashing with an additional. What else we got? Another 5. Was that okay? We'll say that's it because it says it rolled a d6. It does that sometimes weirdly. Nevertheless, with 12 points of slashing damage, bringing the whip down. How do you want to kill it?
Just sort of like as I slash the whip down, it just catches like a major artery, and it just sort of like starts bleeding like really badly, and just bleeds out.
Oh shit! Oh, that's a big one. Oh. Sorry.
I'm gonna like just smack him with the frying pan and break all his teeth.
The remaining 2 teeth that he has fall out.
Chew on that, fucker.
And then he eventually stops breathing, losing all capacity of life, and drops.
Whew. Well, got a little bit carried away there.
I'm going to make an elk noise. I don't know what noise they make.
They make the coolest sounds. It's really weird.
Oh wait, no, they do like that weird, like high pitched thing, don't they? Like a.
They do. It's a half screeched thing, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zeros is going to walk him like, I see you dead with this one. Everything else is dead too. Check its body so it can carry on.
All right, I'll bend down and check the dude's body.
On him is his quarterstaff.
Oh, well, he's only got this little staff thing. Lanatu, you might be able to use this.
I'll wild shape. I mean, I'll turn back into my turtle form. Alright. Can I check the staff? I'm assuming it's just a normal quarterstaff. Nothing I can.
From what you're looking at right now, it's a really crudely made quarterstaff. Nothing too out of the ordinary.
No, like nothing that I can tell. Yeah, it's just a regular quarterstaff. I'll just
It's
say.
a stick.
Yeah, okay, it's a stick. I'm gonna say.
Maybe you can use it to help walk. It would make your.
I've
travel
already got
faster.
my cane. Thank you very much.
2 might be better.
I help out a bit. I don't know.
All right.
Uh,
Did anybody get hurt?
I think a few of us did, but I only really have one more spell slot left, so I'm going to use that on whoever is the least dead.
Maybe you should save your spells.
I have
think
plenty
it's much further to Vallaki.
Maybe. I'll keep hold on him for now.
I have plenty of spells left in me. If anyone needs a bit of healing.
Right, then. I could use a little bit.
Awesome, right. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Theodard.
Give him another 4.
4.
Big numbers this early in the game, guys. Don't let it scare you.
Uh,
Just because we're playing in a bunch of higher level campaigns.
I think also looks like he needs a bit of healing, so I'm gonna go over to him and also cast Cure Wounds.
Ah,
Did it?
okay. Takes a second.
one more.
I'll go over to Lanatu. You look like you got hit too. Try not to be too compassionate about everybody else. And I'll give him 3 health with my healing
I'm
hands.
fine.
Yeah.
3
Awesome.
hit points.
It's about as much as everyone's been healed for anyway.
Yeah. This is a party of almost all healers, technically.
Oh god, yeah.
Let's continue on. He's just gonna kick the druid as he walks past for good luck and then carry on walking.
Okay. We'll go back to the wider Barovia at this point as you guys continue on the path, having been ambushed by this druid and his strange twig creatures. You eventually carry on. The road is quite tedious, but you get to a point where you start seeing a wide lake, very wide lake. Looking across, there are a couple of boats on the shore with humans inside them, people. Still looking somewhat drab, but people. And as you further continue onwards, you finally reach the front of the town of Vallaki. And that's where we'll end our session for today.
Yo, we made
sweet.
it with
We did
Took
it.
that session.
Hey.
Nevertheless, you guys will be there. Next session will be some Vallaki stuff. I'm really excited about Vallaki. You guys could spend the entire campaign there if you really wanted. It's got a lot of stuff going on. I'm hyped for you guys to see it. Yeah, that was interesting. What did you guys think?
That was a
Pretty
pretty
fun.
cool encounter.
Fun. Yeah.
I got to trample a guy. That was fun.
Sleep spell helped out with just action economy so much.
Bloody hell. Could have got swarmed. No. I was like, listen, I was checking all the, like, I was weighing out the encounter on D&D Beyond because you can do that, and it was saying deadly, and I'm like, yeah, right, he has fucking sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of made the encounter a bit easier once like 3 of them were put to sleep, and I was just there like, huh.
Nevertheless, technically, we didn't actually have a part 1 and part 2 today. Technically.
Hey,
This
We
was
had
our first session
some
without
hiccups at the start.
massive issues once we got started.
Yeah, exactly. It's perfect.
We're trending
Thank you
up,
guys for
boys.
sticking with. Yeah, exactly. We're getting really good at this tech thing. In any case, thank you for tuning in. Session 4 will hopefully be there next week. The town of Vallaki is our most popular video, so spread the news. Make sure everyone knows that I'm running Vallaki now, which is what everyone actually wants to hear, apparently. So yeah, there you guys go. It would have took a bit longer to get there normally, but I erased the death house from the equation, which is like the level 1 starter dungeon, which is alright, but it's lethal as hell, and I don't really want to kill you guys. Well, so I have killed one of you. Let's ignore that. I mean, who knows? Maybe he's not dead. In any case, thank you guys for tuning in. Come around next week, and yeah, hopefully this has been helpful for you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, folks. Bye.
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 Ended.
Bye. Bye.